Also new tonight here on The Current, Moline's Pay What You Can yoga studio is celebrating an anniversary. Sanctuary Studios is turning 2, and 2 years in, the Pay What You Can model is not only working, it's exceeding expectations. Joining us now is Sanctuary's founder, Sarah Stevens. Thank you so much for being back with us, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I haven't seen you since January.
How does time do that?
I know.
Just like that, right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
All right, 2 years in, does it feel like it's been that long?
Both yes and no. You know, time works that way too sometimes, where you're like, it was yesterday, and also it wasn't yesterday. There's been a lot of love and labor put into the place, and I think that way it feels like 2 years, but when I think about the day we opened, it could have been last night, really. Yeah.
So for people that have never been to Sanctuary Studios, can you remind us what is the mission and the heart of these studios?
Yeah. The mission and the heart is that we want everybody to have a place where they can belong. And we mean everybody and everybody. So we have an emphasis on accessibility. We are a pay what you can home for movement and meditation where everybody belongs.
And you've seen the amount of people that have come out. It's almost been overwhelming, it feels like, looking at the response that you guys get. I mean, what do you feel?
Well, actually in March, we just celebrated our highest month of attendance ever. So we exceeded 600 visits in the month of March, which I think it's probably relative to how long you've been open, but 2 years in, I don't know that I thought we would have 600 visits in a month. We are offering just under 80 classes a month, so lots of different options for people, and I think that that's really, that combined with the financial accessibility is really what draws people in toward us.
So let's talk about the financial accessibility.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there that think that pay what you can restaurants, pay what you can haircuts, yoga studios aren't going to work. It's not sustainable, especially given our current economic climate. And here you guys are saying, no, it's not. So how is the model working?
The model works, I think what happens to us is that we're conditioned to believe that people aren't going to do the right thing. They're not going to do the right thing. So we have to make sure that we make people do the right thing. And we just approach this from a different perspective. We sort of anchored the whole idea that people are good, and people will do good, and they will do things that are good for them if we make it possible for them to do that. And that has come to fruition month over month. We broke even in our 4th month. And we don't have a small expense model. We pay our teachers twice the market rate. The space is beautiful, so it costs money. I think it's important that we root the conversation around pay what you can models in the reality that they have to work, because if they don't, then there's nothing there, right? So the thing I say all the time is that it's not charity. It's something in between charity and greed. We're just conditioned to believe that those are our only 2 options. In the middle, there is something called community care. And the concept is that when I show up with what I have and you do the same, together we find out that there's enough. And the studio is a living, breathing example of that being real and true.
And maybe an interesting byproduct of this is everybody who I've spoken to that goes to Sanctuary just gushes about the community feel that they have there and how they feel so supported and loved. Do you think that correlates?
Directly connected.
Yeah.
So I also talk about this as often as I get a chance. I'm so glad that this is where you wanted to sort of put our focus, because what happens, you know, we kind of go this direction of like a pay what you can studio, well, money must not matter to them. And I say all the time, the money matters very much, but not in the way we're conditioned to believe. The money, the way we've set up the money, tells us how we are in relationship with each other before you walk through the doors. And how we are in relationship with each other is that we believe that we can do something good collectively. So one of the ways I talk about the model is that we fund everything by way of collective contribution. So that means that there is a total amount of money that's required to operate and to do the things we're doing, but we all pitch in to make that possible. And when you do that, before you walk through the doors, you know that you're already connected to the person next to you. You don't know how, you don't know by how much, but you know for sure that you've accomplished something together before you even get there.
Sarah, what has this done for you to have this community pour back into you?
Yeah. That's probably the place where I marvel the most, I think, because I didn't start it with that in mind. I opened the studio and just believed it would be like a lot of my life. I worked in nonprofit before this, so I thought it would be like those other efforts, like a contribution to the collective good, but I didn't really think of myself as a part of the collective. That has probably been the most clear learning for me, is that we can be in reciprocal relationship with each other, and that includes me.
You guys have really expanded the classes that you offer, the things that you offer over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what are some things that you're looking forward to adding now over the next 2 years and beyond?
Well, we just launched this concept of pay what you can retreats. So like destination retreats where people can truly pay what they can to be involved in. We went to Mexico last year, so we'll have 2 retreats in Mexico, and we'll have one in the fall in Colorado. So we have one stateside, and that truly will be funded by collective contribution. So people will have a chance to do what we do in the studio, but put it into a different context, a different environment. Inside of the studio, we have these community source workshops that are absolutely beautiful. So we put out the call and asked people what they wanted to teach. And we had so much interest and inquiry into people wanting to come into the studio and just teach the things that they're passionate about. So Tai Chi, Qigong, we have people who are coming in to talk about polyvagal theory and journaling and all sorts of things. So we have those every Sunday. Those are pay what you can, like every other offering.
And if people are watching this and they're getting inspired, 600 people visiting in March, do you have room for more?
We always have room for more.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, there's plenty of room for you too, yeah.
So you just have to go on the website and sign up for a class.
That's right.
I love it.
Yep, we'd love to have you.
Sarah, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on 2 years. What an accomplishment.
Thanks, Shelby.
And for you guys at home, if you want to sign up for Sanctuary, we have all the information up on our website. Just go to the homepage and click on the As Seen on TV tab at the top.